And we are live. Welcome everyone to the Season 8 off-season for your Texarkana Bandits Dynasty here on College Football 26. Jay, welcome to the stream, man. How's your Saturday going so far? I got the Wings and Fever game on to my right now. Since no baseball games are on, I'm like, you know what? WNBA opener. Have that on the side. Also, your boy had one of those nights where I slept for like 2 hours, but I was passed the fuck out. So I felt like I slept forever. And then woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. So, yeah, I'm gonna need my edge juice. Also, that's gonna have to like pump me up for this off season, because this is it. This is probably the last real off season, given I think this season's gonna take us up to release date for or this next season's gonna take us up to release date for the next game. And as I've stated before, we're not doing team builder for the next game. Now, we might do team builder the next year, but we know what we're doing if they're in the game. We know. I mean, that first half, whoo, the King was doing what the King does. I will say he's brought out an even better version of Hakeem, and fuck yeah. Also, Dusk, welcome to the stream, man. How's your Saturday going? We should. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any regarding college football yet. Madden, I'm not really surprised, but like college football, I'm shocked we haven't gotten anything yet. Okay, I don't remember what I went over and what I didn't go over. When the postseason started, I believe I went over All-Americans, but since I don't remember, I'm going to go back over it because we don't have a lot to talk about in that situation. Because somehow, our only first-team All-American was Kamani Dunham, and I don't understand how he was our only one. I get why he was there. 7 interceptions, well 6, during the regular season. Obviously, he's making it. But I don't get how Kamani was our only first-team All-American. I believe, yeah, he was our only All-American player outside the freshman side of things. Freshman side, we got one in Manny Shaver, which I'm surprised Wayne Mangum didn't make it, given he had 2 interceptions. Just talk about getting college football 27 news in late May. That seems very late to be getting news. Seems very late. Unless maybe it's a teaser trailer. I could see him just throwing a teaser trailer right at us. As for all conference, you've got Devontae Vaughn's making it. Of course, DV makes it. I will say, I don't think he's going to go pro. I am slightly scared that he will. Now, given, depends on how early they say he's going to go. And they have a new feature that they're working the bugs out on. They better spend that Saudi money to work some bugs out. They got all the money in the world now. And Kamani Dunham also there for the first team. Second team all-conference, Courtney Stoke, Dwayne Devy, Brad Levis, and surprisingly David Zavala. Which, I mean, he had a pretty solid end of the year. You're very close to that 100 stream streak. Very, very close. Very close. You'll probably get it this week. As for the freshmen, Dom Goodley definitely deserves it. Manny Shaver, Wayne Mangum, and somehow James Diaz. I think we can pull that away from him now after I 100% look at him as the cause for the poor second half against Ohio State. He missed that kick and just all the momentum went out the window. Reminder for the Heisman winner, it was Justin Nagy, the wideout from TCU. Josh Koch came in second. Actually didn't realize that. Wow. If we had played either TCU or Ole Miss at some point, we would have just played the entirety of the Heisman Trophy voting. We didn't get to play him. He was injured, but... or him. And just a reminder of how this bracket went, because yeah, no. Sad face. Ugh. Alright, I think that's all the basics we gotta talk about. None of our coaches changed, because I would have brought that up if it happened during the whole situation. So we still have the same coaches. I believe the SEC has remained, for the most part, unchanged. Mississippi State does have a new head coach in the old Troy head coach, Alex Cesario. You got Willie Phillip as the new OC for Arkansas. I love that. Willie Phillip. That's a great name. And new Oklahoma head coach in Eli Drinkwitz. So that's actually a very good signing for Oklahoma. So give them that. I've seen, like, I shouldn't say I've seen, I've passed over the videos of people doing the regulation system. It's an interesting concept. My only thing is, with the way conferences are built out, there really is no pure regulation. Given that conferences are supposed to be location-based, but that's thrown out the fucking window now. Oh, here's a good look at the who may or may not transfer. We've got Jerron Davis, more than likely leaving. George O could leave. He doesn't like our brand exposure, apparently. And Samia will transfer, more than likely. If he's even there, he will be transferring. Brad Levis, Defensive Player of the Week for the SEC. I assume we also get the Offensive Player of the Week. Oh, never mind. National Defensive Player of the Week for Brad Levis. You guys hyping him up for his draft stock here? What's going on? There's Dwayne. 2 touchdowns. Nice. 69 yards off 5 catches. Two years removed from our last loss, we lose again. Similar style. Just upsetting. This has to be the year. I will say, you guys haven't gotten to see, you guys have not gotten to see the recruits yet. And I will say, we do have some good development traits. There is one that we're all going to be disappointed in. But We do have a couple really good ones. Some with the smaller schools promote to the bigger schools. The American feeds into the Big 12. The MAC feeds into the Big 10. Conference USA feeds into the ACC. And Mountain West feeds into the Pac-12. And Sun Belt into the SEC. Yeah, all that makes sense at least. Location-wise. Don't think we really need to look at much. We'll look at the final top 25, given we were number 2. It's weird seeing Syracuse up this high. Any other weird teams? Like, NC State's been high the entire Dynasty, so that's not really that weird. Same with Duke. Why is New Mexico ranked 21st? Okay, never mind New Mexico. Throw them to the wayside right now. Essentially, I just got too preoccupied with getting as much of this as possible. I at least got what I wanted, and wanted at least 8 seasons of this, so it worked out. It was more just I threw myself into this too much. And it happens a lot given I'm the only one doing everything. If I had an editor, I'd get more series done, but... And videos would be better. Bowling Green at 24. And Ball State at 25. What the fuck? You 3 don't make sense. I get USF to a point. To a point. But you, and you, the fuck? Went over that. Let's go award winners. We didn't win any awards, sadly. But here are your award winners. Justice Nagy wins the Maxwell, the Walter Camp as well. Eli Koenig wins the Coach of the Year. Oh, wait, time out. Get me back there. I call bullshit. Where the fuck's Coach Cofield? This is absolute horseshit. Highway goddamn robbery that he is not at least in the top 12. Well, the Davey O'Brien goes to Josh Code. The Bednarik goes to Leonard Ryder. We did have Dunham in the running for that at least. Sydney Orlando takes the Nagurski. Had Dunham up for that as well. Ryder takes home the Thorpe. Dunham was up there. Zavala and Shaver. Benji Key takes home the Doak Walker. Bolitnikov. Nagy's. Lombardi goes to Orlando. TCU got a lot of awards. Larry Shade. That's a fantastic name. Takes home the Unitas Award. Edge Rusher of the Year goes to Sydney Orlando. You had Ladarius Otis down here. Richard Cook takes home the Outland. John Mackey goes to Callum Trueblood. Dude, can you hit the portal? I want to grab you to be our new tight end because that name is so good. Brian Stewart wins the Assistant Coach of the Year, and apparently how does that work? Oh yeah, we won a lot. Debbie won the Jet. Dunham last year, I believe. I think it was just last year. He won the Nagurski and the Thorpe. I remember he at least won the Jim Thorpe Award. I remember that one. I want to know how a head coach was up for the Broyles Award. That seems like some tomfoolery going on at mid-10, I'm just saying. Butkus goes to Jamel Inman. Jay Brents takes home the Remington. The Groza, Trent Garrison. The Ray Guy goes to Cedric Wagoner. Keenan Heath takes home the Jet. And Sean Alexander Award, the Freshman of the Year, goes to Kadeem Falk, who we played at USC. Alright. On to the important parts of the offseason. Okay, I've got a couple of issues here. Oh no. I'm scared to hit X on this. Okay. So. I have two priorities here. Oh wow, Samia doesn't want to transfer. That's shocking. Giorgio, I'm gonna let him go. I don't know why he is so strung up on branding. This dude just wants to make his money because he knows apparently he's not gonna make it in the NFL, I guess. I mean, he is kind of typecasted as essentially a fullback, but you can't go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's not leaving. I just realized he's not leaving. Holy shit, Brad Levis is coming back to us. Oh, I thought he was gone for... I thought 100% he was a first-round draft pick. I don't want John Crum to go, but we're in a much better spot than I thought we would be. That's why I was terrified seeing John Crum up here. Shit. Well, that's actually that's a decent loss right there. Fuck. Okay. George, you can go. Jerron Davis, you're going. I was not impressed with your offseason last year, and to be honest, the young guys look better. Larry Raheem, I'd like to bring you back. Okay, he has decided to stay. We just need the offensive line depth. That's the main reason. I had a feeling he was going to want to transfer because, I mean, his deal breaker's proximity to home. So. Dom, please stay. Even though it really doesn't matter. I'm going to ask you to stay. Oh, he's decided to stay. Okay. Yeah. I'm not really worried about George O because we have the guy that can take his role currently on roster. So I'm not really worried there. And Jerron Davis, yeah, get the fuck out. I am sad to see John Crum go. I understand why he probably wants out, but you know, I understand. So, your graduating players. Rennell Merrick leaves us on the O-line. We say goodbye to Steven Rawls. Jamison Cheeks as well. We say goodbye to Kamani Dunham, but his career ain't over yet. He's projected to go in the 6th round, and in my opinion, that's a fucking steal for Kamani Dunham. Ryan McTavish. DeMario Rudder. Shannon Fleming. graduates. David Zavala, Stephon Blank. I'm not going to lie, I forgot Shannon Fleming was a senior. Tyreek Hepburn finally graduates. I'm shocked he's not projected to get picked up in the draft. Courtney Stokes projected to be a first-round pick. That seems a bit high for me. I had him in the second, personally, but okay. Quincy Betts graduates. Rico Kenyon. Who better than Kenyon? I'm going to miss saying that. He graduates. Josh Carmichael heads out. Ty Riggins heads out. And Tad Wolf. If it's not obvious, offensive line, hopefully guys get better. Yeah, we have a couple of positions that I am really gonna look at. Like, I mean, heavily pay attention to. And there are a few positions where if one of the top players at said position has us highly on their board, I may look to get them. But those positions would have to be the top guys. Not as bad of a situation as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were losing Brad Levis. Can I look at the roster? I can. Awesome. I want to show you guys who I thought we were losing. I thought Samia was going to go. So I'm just probably going to cut him. More than likely. I figured Giorgio was going to transfer. I'm trying to think who else I was worried of. I wasn't worried about the receivers. I wasn't worried about the offensive lineman leaving. I was a little worried about Ladarius Otis going pro. Just a tiny bit. Not a ton, but a tiny bit. Because he is a redshirt sophomore. Don't think there was anybody here I was too worried about. Because nobody was really high enough overall to get drafted. Davis, I knew was leaving. I was worried about Brad. I thought Brad was gone. I thought for the life of me we were not going to see Brad Levis go out his senior year. And I was going to be upset about it because he is technically our Thad Castle. But luckily, we will see him play out his senior year. And that was about all of them. Everybody else I kind of expected. I am surprised that Gentry is staying. That is a bit surprising to me. That Tyree Gentry is staying here. No, never mind. I got a punter. I was about to say, I thought we had another punter. I recruited a punter. Alright, let's go. Stag Castle. Sticking Oreos up people's asses. Hey, I don't know exactly what goes on, but all I know is he's our leader on the defensive side, so. That's all I know. Alright. First things first, draft results. We had not one, not two, but three players get drafted. You had Courtney Stokes go in the first round. Tyreek Hepburn and Kimani Dunham both go in the 6th. Good to see Hepburn get drafted. Who would have thought Kimani Dunham, back when we recruited him, who would have thought he was going to get drafted in the long run? I didn't. Good time for us. That, I can't speak to that, but if anything, probably. Any schools you guys want to check before we change up? it's so good. I don't know what flavor it is, but it's so good. I get why it's everybody's top tier flavor of Monster. The Ohio State University. Holy fuck, who didn't get drafted? So the receiver we didn't get to face got drafted in the first round. Frank Lamar goes in the first round. In the second, Eli Westbrooks, the man who sealed the game for Ohio State. Andre Wikuda. Stanley Tremble goes in the third round. Juan Strickland goes in the third. Josh Coate goes in the fourth. Jimmy Richard in the fifth. Landon Office in the fifth. Manny Ventura in the fifth. And in the sixth, Angel Titus. Well, it certainly looks like Eli Linder will be in that starting lineup. At least in the top three now. I want to check on Texas because I just want to know who's leaving Texas. DeMarcus Angel goes in the second round. No more Devontae Frank. And no more Leonard Ryder. Okay. Wonder what that team's going to look like next year. Oh man, he didn't get drafted. Gideon didn't get drafted. I actually meant to look at stats for those guys and I forgot to. So that fucking sucks. What other schools were there? Oklahoma State, Shamir Dobbs. Where's Iowa? Nope, no defensive tackles. Here, let me get my notepad. Trying to get the pencil. There it is. I don't think any of these guys got drafted. Yeah, because Jimmy Keene probably didn't play a ton. Same thing with Micah. Marvin Coates, though, we can actually check on his stats. I want to see what Marvin Coates did at Baylor. Oh, he left. This is gonna be his third school in 3 years, man. Bro. Marvin Coates is just bouncing around programs. The fuck is wrong with him? There's no way he got drafted, right? There's no way he got drafted and left. Nope. So yeah, he transferred out. The fuck is going on, man? I have to know if he's on here. Oh, and also we can take a look and I can show you guys the players so far. So these are the current guys we have left in the normal class. Stoddard, Singleton, Coate, Isaacs, and Kiernan. These are the guys left that I'm looking at. Let's go through the committed players and talk about these development traits. Titus Bagent, the running back. He's got impact development, so nothing crazy, but another running back on the depth chart, and a guy that, you know, can do his thing. Caleb Groshek. He's a bust, they say. He's got star development, though, they say. I was dumbfounded. I did not think he was going to have star development. This was a massive get, especially now with Crum gone. This is a huge get. John Thrash, sadly, normal development. So he will just be a backup to start his career. Probably see the red shirt freshman season. Roy Minor, impact development. I mean, he wasn't going to start anyways, but you know. The punter, Pat Dingle, normal development. Who cares? He's the ultimate punter. We know he's going to be good because he's a punter. He's a punter. Val Kimoitu, star development. I did not expect that. I was not scouting him overtly heavily early on. I had him on the board as a 5-star. And, you know, no one else was going after him. So I'm like, okay, I'll put the points into him since he's already on the board. Because he had us high on his board early. So I put more points into him, and we got him. Turns out to be a star development player. We also have star development Gabe Offenhusel. Out of Fredericksburg. The only thing I know about Fredericksburg is they have a lot of food there. They have a whole section that's just food places. The top recruit in the nation sadly only has impact. But Casey Schumer, I think, is still a really good player. Possibly could start. We'll see. If he starts, it's going to be probably in more of a slot role than anything. The receiving room, I think, is going to be looking a little bit new this year. Marquise Shakir. Impact development. Still really good right off rip with 86 finesse, so he's already solid. Impact development for Jose Huval. Frank Odom. Star development. I was not expecting that out of him. You gotta love those local guys, right? Henry Carrion. We need a strong safety? Well, this man's got elite development, so worst comes to worst, we got our guy. I do plan to look at safety here in the portal, but worst comes to worst. Oops, wrong button. Matt Connors. You didn't miss much. Outside of Casey Schumer, who has impact development, sadly, but still very good. Matt Connors is elite. And for an offensive line that's going to need help, we're going to need that. Trey Williams, I did not expect him to be star development. this surprised me. So just good things are flying towards us with offensive linemen. And finally, DJ Mills. He was the first commitment of the year, the insta-commit, normal development. Okay, as for everything else, and I want to remind you, we currently only have 2 running backs on roster. Technically 4 if you count the freshmen, but I'd like to redshirt at least one of them. I don't care who's recommended. I want you to show me every single prospect. The top one is a wide receiver in Nick Robinson out of Miami. I said I would check if the top players at certain positions had us high on their board. Quarterback was one of those positions. I just have to know. Okay, I'm not seeing like anything crazy here. Oh, proximity to home, sure. Thing, that explains it. What do you guys think? Do we bring him back? Do we bring him back? You know what they say. The devil you know over the devil you don't. He would be our number 2. I want to be straight here. He would be our number 2. It would be him and Dorsey. Now, I'm going to be honest, wide receiver is not a position I even care to think about because I think we're fine at wide receiver. I like our situation, though, at Sam linebacker. Oh, hey, it's Evan Mann. I remember you. Okay. So. There it is. Okay, I was about to say, is there, like, where's those strong safeties? Okay. So, first things first. I want to know, is this guy the top strong safety in the class? He's up there, I know that. He is. Perfect. That's great. That's what I wanted. So, I gotta see how good Kyle Simmons is. Middle linebacker. I'm not immensely interested, but I'm just looking. So, we've got Sendejo and Addison. I'll look at both of you. I'm not going to go after Simonson solely because he doesn't have us on his board. Once again, I like my situation at Sam linebacker. Yeah, I like our situation on the outside. I'm not going to worry about that. Tight end. Why can't, what's your situation here? Pro potentials D, my... Did you see how many guys we got drafted? Bruh. I'm gonna go with the president. Alright, offensive tackle. Jamal Provo. Jermaine Turner. We're gonna scout both of them and see which one's better. Oh, they want me to get another outside linebacker, apparently. Okay. Brian Matlock has us number 1 on the board. I'll look at Chad Stitzer. But let's go to our board. Okay, so Earl Boozer, how good are you? Are you worth my time is the question. Would you guys say that Earl Boozer is worth the time? Now, I'm not even going to bother scouting you because, Marvin, we know you. You know us. We've done this dance a time or two, my guy. I hate that I'm about to say this. 85 speed. What's the difference? Yep, Carry On's better. The only difference is he will get a development upgrade. Like, he will develop in the offseason, and that's the only reason I'm going to go after Kyle. He's going to have to fight for the starting job, though. It's not a guarantee. I like the 90 pursuit, and more importantly, the 89 zone coverage. What about Addison? I'm only grabbing one of these two. 89 speed. 80 speed. Ooh, do I want the speed or do I want the coverage ability? So, what do you guys think about these two? Addison or Sendejo? I am leaning Sendejo because of the coverage ability. What do you think that over? We'll scout El Presidente. I don't hate it. I definitely don't think you're great. But I don't hate it. Never mind, I take it back. We're just not going to go after you. We're going to have to live and die by our tight ends. We have them. Okay. Left tackle. Yep. I wish I knew what your strength was, but you're definitely a left tackle. Are you both left tackles? You both are left tackles. Well, that's quite nice. I think I favor Provo. Dude, you are fucking great. And you're just a younger version of Brian Matlock. Legitimately, we've got Brian Matlock, and we've got the younger, better tackler version. Huh. Okay. So, out of the bunch, who we going after? Are we going to spend our time on Earl Boozer? That's kind of the first question here. Because if we don't, then it's Manny versus Frank again for the starting job. And right now, Frank's got the, heads up on that. I mean, we know we're going after Marvin because obviously we know Marvin. Us and Marvin, we go way back. Bro, why is that Kentucky that's your top school? Bro, don't downgrade yourself that much. We're here. We want to bring you back, Marvin. I understand you, Kentucky, you're from Kentucky, but you can come home, my guy. You can come home. Kyle, we'll give you 25 right now. Not gonna go crazy on that. I have to make a decision on one of these two. I will say the hit power and acceleration is enticing. Also, he's more aware. Fuck it. Sorry, Sendejo. You're getting booted. We're going with Addison. I thought maybe I would win him over immediately. Provo. I'll throw 50 at you right now. Turner, I am going to at least offer the scholarship and throw 25. In these two, it's like, I like both of them equally. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you 25. I'm going to give the younger version of you 50. Okay, not entirely the younger version of you. You got 4 inches on him, so. And 16 pounds. Alright. That's what we'll do here, I think. For that, once again, Earl Boozer, is he worth it? Is he worth it? Because I legitimately am not sure. What do you guys think? We can take a look at Frank and Manny if you want to get like an idea of these two compared to each other. What I like about him is the only accuracy you got to work on is the deep ball. The downside is you have to work on the deep ball. Here's what I'm going to do. We do not get an insta-commit. I was about to, if we got the insta-commit, I was like, we get the insta-commit. But I mean, which works fine when you don't know what your offensive line's going to be like. I actually should take a look at the linebacking core as well. So, this is what we're looking at as our starter currently. And given he's not going to get overtly better. Like, he'll get better. But I can't tell you how much he gets better. And then, of course, the man fighting him for that job is going to be Manny right now. Which, unless Manny takes a really big uptick in these other 4 categories, I don't know if he's winning the job. Does have the better... He does have as good of a deep ball currently as the transfer would have. So I'm starting to think he's just Manny with a better arm. And he's a quicker Manny Williams with a better arm. Not going to say much on the accuracy because they're very similar there. But, he's currently more accurate than Manny. Yes, transfers get the uptick in the offseason. That's why I still offered the safety. Because even though I think Carry-On could take that starting job, because they're very similar skill sets from what we know, he'll get that increase because he'll get the work in the off season that Carry-On won't. So keep in mind, I am going to cut Samia. No matter what, I'm cutting Samia. So we will have a spot at quarterback. Could have a 3-man fight for the job. What do you guys think about that? I'm gonna move them into their spots here. Actually, I'll give out points before I do that. 50 for you. Actually, Time out. I need to sell. Because I knew all your stuff. Boom. Boom. Yep. I mean, we're getting you. That's no question at this point. I still think this is a hard sell. I think I did the math on this one solely because of the F. And it's still a hard sell. He's also a gym rat. Yeah, I'll bring you in for week 2. I'll bring you in for week 1 because we have no one else that's probably going to be coming in there. Isaac. Let's just go 25 here. Not going to push too hard. Given the situation, we'll bring you in for week 1 as well. And 25 on you. Nope. 50 is the most I can put. Because that's his cap for it. I don't have that much into recruiting that'll allow me to add more. Now I get to do the most fun part, which is just organizing all of this. Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, over Isaac's. Right now we lead, so we do not know. And normally they do pull their offers on basic recruits once transfer portal begins. So there is a chance they just pull their offer. It doesn't mean much in the recruiting battles, but I'm often behind on those battles. So that's the only reason I'm like, well, I'm in front right now, so who knows? It normally doesn't mean much in the battles. If we miss out on him, though, I ain't really all that worried. He's not gonna play. We have like 6 defensive linemen, so... Oh no, they pull on everybody. They pull on everyone. The second transfer portal opens up, they just stop giving a fuck about regular recruits. It happens every year, and it's one of the buggiest things in the game. That's one of the few things that needs to change in the next game. Because you can essentially, like, be up against 6 schools, and then every school will pull their offer on a guy. And it's like, what the fuck? Then you'll get a massive lead and they'll start offering on week 4. And it's like, oh, what happened? Yeah. I'll give 25 right now because I don't know what other schools are going to be interested. I really could put 50 on everybody. I think one thing I might do, because if we were to lose this. Actually, Ohio State does have a slight lead there. If we were to lose him, Oh, no, you win then because those offers don't matter at that point. They bring their offers in on the last day, and then you wind up winning because you're in front already. You guys have seen that happen during these off seasons. Alright. Give me any state. And give me defensive edge. Might as well just take a look and see what's out there at edge. Who better than Kenyon? Oh my god. He has returned to us. Fucking 97 finesse. Yeah, no, I'm recruiting you, dude. Or I'm sorry, 97 power moves. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 88 strength, 97 power moves. I mean, you're gonna be like the 4th on the depth chart, but I don't care. Yeah, I'm just gonna send it on everybody. Fuck it. Because I can pull my commitment if I want to. Oh. Whoops. Tiny little quality of life thing I do wish they would change is that you could just update your offer without having to delete your current one. That's just a quality of life thing that I would like. I'm not going to be able to do this to everybody. So what, I've only got... Well, never mind. I'm fine. I thought I had more recruits than I had. Yeah, I think this is going to be it. Unless I want to go looking at another tight end. Which I might. Just see. Yeah, might as well. I've got the points to use. Might as well see if I can find another tight end in the portal. State. I already looked at the president. 6'1", not the tight end I'm looking for. 6'3". Pure blocker, 6'4". Is there no like 6'5" to 6'6" guys here? Really? Martin Crumpler. Any relation to algae? At least we haven't found a tight end named Winslow yet. Good hands. I mean, he's exactly what I was looking for, which was a receiving threat. The route running's a little piss poor. Fuck it. Alright. That is going to be everything that I look at now. We've got backup plans for backup plans if we need a backup plan. Oh, no, there was one other position I did want to look at in the portal. Just because I wanted to see if any of the top guys were interested. Any state. And actually, wait, let me check one thing. Kicker. Oh, there's a transfer kicker. There's a lot of transfer kickers. I'm going to give him one more year, so. I don't think I'm going to grab another kicker. They're all accurate anyways. This is the first power kicker. Jeremiah, you know what? With a name like Rambo, I've got to look, right? Alright, top guy's not interested, but there are two guys that are. Kerry Reese and Kevin Smith. Both boundary corner. Well, no, one field corner, the other's a boundary. I'll scout both of you and see if I feel like it. What's the accuracy? Yeah, we're going to have a new kicker. Yep. Yep. If you needed any evidence that that miss in the national title pissed me off, there's your evidence. If you needed any more evidence that I was far too angry at that miss. I'm actually just going to change this to 25. We'll change this to 25. It's just so I can scout these guys and maybe give some offers. And we'll change this to 20. We'll change it. We'll keep it at 40. Because, I mean, we've got Singleton locked up. Oh, I don't even get to take out the bot. That's nice. Jaren, if you're here, you want to take out the bot? Doesn't look like Jaren's here, but that's okay. I can't see the chat. That's the only reason I say that. I mean, overall, really solid skill set. I don't know if that's enough to make me go like, yep, we're going to bring you in. Okay. I was hoping for a little more speed out of Kerry Reese, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll throw the offer out there for Reese. I wanted more man coverage. What's the difference? Ooh, the awareness is a big difference. Maybe you'll gain some man coverage in... You know what? We'll offer. We'll see what the situation is. And I'll just give you all 5 points to start. We're definitely not going to be at the top of the board for, I think, most of these guys. But I had to give them something. Not to mention, I think we'll see a commitment or two here early on. Okay. Move you out of this range. Oh, whoops. Gotta move you down, not up. There we go. I like that my tight end prospects. Oh, I can get 25. I can change you to 25. My tight end prospects are all the ones that I have lowered the points on. It's all the tight ends. Alright. Let's see. I'll make it 30. So, yeah, I can do, what, 10 for all of you? Let's go 15 for you and 15 for the kicker. Alright. That's going to be our point totals to begin. We're trying to finish up some of these. Oh. Let's move. Okay, let me write down the fact that we lost John Crum. I'll have to find him. We lost Ron Davis, and it was Giorgio. Alright. I have them written down, so I'm ready to find their names. So ahead. Show me at least one commitment. Thank you. And that's the one I thought we'd get immediately. Richard Singleton. Oh! And Richard Coates. So 2 more interior linemen. Love that. One of you might move to center. Okay, Kevin Smith, we have fallen to 5th on, which I'm fine with right now. He's my least important of the bunch currently. So, we'll move you down. Oh, we have fallen with Reese too. Ooh, Georgia took a massive lead. We are number 1 for Rambo. Fuck yeah. We're gonna have a new fucking kicker, damn it. Alright. Whew, we have a lot of points to spend now, which means everybody gets 50 again. And I don't think I'm going to, you know, look for anybody else because they're, like, we've checked everybody that we wanted to check initially, so. Unless something crazy happens. Do we know your thing and playing style. So it's conference prestige and playing style. Fuck, I don't know what else is gonna go with that. Even though I don't think we're gonna need the visit. So don't worry, we're sitting in the house for you, Rambo. Jeremiah Rambo. He's gonna be kicking balls way out of the hideout. Championship contender. Okay, that is your main thing. Ooh, the fact that you're already up for a visit, that's not a good sign for us to possibly get you at all. I'm gonna schedule defenders for week 4. Coach Prestige, Championship Contender, and I don't know the third one, so I'm not going to worry about the push yet. Oh, dear Lord, Clemson went in real hard on them. Yeah, I think we can go in week 2 with you. No, week 3 with you. Okay, there cannot be much that goes with proximity to home and conference prestige. Let's see. It's got to be that. It's got to be Conference Legend. There's not another one. And that is how you figure shit out. Alright, so you're scheduled for week 3. So week 3 will be offensive. Oh. Well, we've already had you visit, so. Well, well, well. Look who's got us number 1 on his board. Marvin Coates. I knew you'd come. I think I'm gonna bring you in as soon as physically possible. What's your thing, Coach Prestige? Okay, cool. That's pretty easy. So, yeah. Conference, so championship contender. Easy. Let's go to those corners now. Because I can bring in Kevin Smith probably this week. Yep, get that big boost. And his thing is championship contender. Perfect. Can't bring you in for a visit yet, which means you will be week 4. Okay, I can bring you in for week 2. I don't have a lot of offensive guys, so I just kind of have to bring in the offensive guys that can come in on that week to get boosts. Conference Prestige. This is great. This is fantastic. Like, we are set up to fight for just about all of these guys. When are you coming in? Week 4. Oof. I'm not really happy that I waited that long for you. That is okay. Coach Prestige. Ooh. God, what is your cell gonna be? What? I think that's all we can do. Because I've brought everybody else in on a visit. I brought everybody that is eligible for a visit. I've scheduled it. So, that's all we're doing for this week. Oh. This is the one good thing about this portion of the game is you just, once you got your setup, you're going. You're going. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. What happened there? Oh no. What happened? What happened? Why did we fall so far for some of these guys? Auburn, don't you get fucking involved here. We are the only school after Marvin Coates, so that's locked up. What happened here exactly? Nothing. Nothing happened. Okay. Okay, the big thing here is I can bring you in this week, which is the important thing. I believe playing style is all we know about you. Ooh. Playing style normally goes with one of the 2 championship situations. So let me just look at that. That could be proximity to home. Could be playing time. Could be conference prestige. Yeah, I'm just going to have to live and die by playing style then. Alright. So we will send the house still. And bring you in. Playing style. We are getting the first visit on him, which is fantastic. I love that. Yes. Bring you in next week. Championship contender. And conference prestige. Oh, I can totally figure out what your cell is now. So championship contender and conference prestige. Oh, it's probably aspiration goals. Yep, it's aspiration goals. Ooh, or conference legend. I'm going to start aspiration goals. And go from there. I have to hope that's it. Although, given USC's here at the top of his board, I've got a feeling that's not it. No. That sucks. So I essentially am going to get one of them and not the other one. Well. Fuck. I know nothing about you anyways. Coach prestige is what I would have to go with. Do you even do a positive? You don't. There's no reason for me to bring you in on a visit. We're the top school on your board. We're good. You're coming in next week. Championship contender. I don't know enough to hard sell, which sucks. Yep, we're going to lose Kevin Smith to Ohio State. So that's a guarantee. Unless they drop out, there's no way we're beating Ohio State there. Let's see. Who haven't I brought in yet? Nobody. Everybody else is, I think, had their visit set up, right? Oh, haven't had your visit set up. Yep, so you got to come in on that week if I want to schedule you up for a good visit. So, okay. I will say Stoward, I'm not so sure how good he is. So, he's a 5-star, but that doesn't mean anything. For us, I don't think he starts. So, I mainly got him for depth. Like, I was going after him for a depth piece. Like, you got to keep in mind, most of these guys aren't going to see the field year one for us. This is going to be real rough. I think we might lose out on both offensive linemen. Which, that hurts because I really would like some help on the tackle spots. Yeah, I just can't waste the visit. Why did you fall? LSU's doing LSU things. That's why you fell. Championship and coach prestige. I'm going to go aspiring goals and hope I'm right. Playing styles of D. That's funny. I wish I knew more about some of these guys. Oh, yay. It is Conference Legend. Cool. Oh, yep, I know which one you are. Because brand exposure... Nope. There's only like 3 brand exposure ones. There's not many. It's got to be house call. All I know is coach prestige, right? Ooh, conference and coach prestige. Okay. So, at least I know 2 of them. Could be status seeker. It's not that. It could be standard bearer. It could also be aspiring goals. I'm going to go aspiring goals and hope. Whatever their deal breaker is always a check for them. Whatever their deal breaker is, you know that's the, you guys can't see it because of the chat. But whatever their deal breaker is down here in the bottom right, that is always a check mark for them. That's always a check mark. So, no matter what, you will always know one of their check marks. So that's why if I can find one that isn't their deal breaker, I can kind of map out what their good setup is. Playing style, god damn it, that's the only one we got. Fuck. I was really hoping we had gotten another one. Did I even? No, I did. Aspiring goals, yeah. Marvin, how are you doing, man? You should just commit right now. Nobody else is interested in you, buddy. I know it's gotta suck that you gotta come back crawling to us, but hey. So, championship contender and brand exposure. I'm pretty sure that's status seeker. Yep. That's status seeker. When you play the game long enough, you figure out what most of them are pretty quickly. Because certain players will, depending on what they have, certain players are very easy to figure out what their whole thing is. Don't know about that one, but we're gonna find out. I mean, we're about to get KC Isaacs, which is nice. Just to take it home. House call. DM. Coach prestige or conference prestige is his deal breaker. That and playing style is hilarious. I don't even know what that would be. So, playing style and conference prestige. It's got to be standard bearer. Right? That's the only one that doesn't have an X with it. Wait, did that have all three? No, it didn't. Yeah, it's standard bearer. So, okay, that's at least a hard sell because 2 A's. That's a hard sell. Give me my kicker. Yep, all we know about you is championship contender. I mean, we know it's not conference, like coach prestige. We know that. So I might have a chance to figure this out. Let's see. Championship contender. I could see primetime player. I don't think it's hometown hero. Because LSU is... No, it might be hometown hero. Oh, that would suck if that's what it is. Because there's no way we're getting them if hometown hero is the hard sell. There's no way we're going to get them if that's the hard sell. But that would match up really well. There's a lot of options here. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with proximity to home. I'm going to go Conference Legend and hope. Because at this point, I kind of have to take some chances. So, championship contender and conference prestige. Alright. That's, yeah, that's conference legend. I believe that's the only one that has both of them and wouldn't have an X involved. Well, house call. Nope, never mind. Don't have conference prestige. I'm an idiot. Could be aspiring goals. I'm going to do that. Take that chance. Because if it pays off, that's huge. If it doesn't, we're going to lose them anyways. I think that's everything. It's time to move to the next week. We should start seeing guys commit here this week. So we'll see if we lose out on any players this week. That's Casey Isaacs. Yep, we knew that. And we do lose out on Kevin Smith. He heads to Ohio State. That one we knew. So we're not really too overly worried about that. Okay. Stoddard still hasn't made his decision. I don't know what's going on in his head. I am going to keep him on the board just so we figure out, you know, what he is. Harry Reese is visiting today, and we are right there. There is a chance we still win him. I've got to know. Did I math it out? You bet your ass I mathed that out. That's fucking awesome. We're getting the kicker. Let me move Isaacs down here. We are going to get Orlando Kiernan. Martin Crumpler. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Ball State might win him over in the long run. Kenyon, he's visiting this week, so there's a chance. You're really dead set on the fact that he's not coming to us, which he might not be. I don't know. I'm not really worried about edge. Like, edge rusher is like the one position I am not worried at all about. That is a weird recruiting battle, but okay. We're close with Turner, but we're probably not going to get him. I should actually check these guys to see if I was right or not. I was wrong on that one, so let's change this then. It's not aspiration goals, which sucks for us. So it's not aspiration goals. What is it then? It's got to be house call, right? Yeah. It's got to be house call. So I think that's the only other one that uses both championship contender and coach prestige. Okay. Cool. House call. We did get that right. So I had a feeling on that one, given the way his school's lined up. Kind of felt right. Dude, we know nothing about you. This fucking sucks. All we know is you like Coach Prestige. Which I might actually be able to figure your shit out just by looking now. Because the fact that conference prestige or championship contenders not involved kind of shortens the list a shit ton. So Coach Prestige, it might just have to be standard bearer. That may be the only one it can be. Can't be that. Can't be that. Can't be that. Can't be that. Yeah, it can only be standard bearer. There we go. That works right in our favor. We will take that one to the bank. Thank you very much. Ooh, Glenn Addison. Did I call it? Oh, you bet your ass I did. I love getting these right when I'm just like throwing shit at the wall. Ah, okay, it's not primetime player. Damn, I really thought it was primetime player. That did harm us a bit. Missing out on that. Okay, I think if I had gotten it right, he might have just committed straight on there. So, it's not primetime player. So, so it's got to be house call? Because I don't think anything else uses brand exposure with conference championship? Or conference... or championship contender? Once again, he's great for us. A lot of these guys really like making their money now. I don't know how I feel about that. You expect little old Texarkana to have cash? Yeah, got that one. Ah, damn. It wasn't championship contender. We're well ahead here. I feel pretty good about beating out Notre Dame. There's a chance they come back and beat us, but I feel pretty good about it. Well, we've taken the lead with Provo. That visit was big. Marvin, we ain't got room for you to visit, buddy. Sorry. Okay, so who do I need to change? You. So, coaching prestige and conference prestige. It's not that. It's not aspiration goals. Is status seeker really the only other one for that? No, you do have standard bearer, so it could be standard bearer too. Ooh, this means I have to take a shot. Oh, I have to take a shot in the dark here. Oh no, is it standard bearer? Standard bearer or status seeker? A lot of these guys have been all about the brand exposure. I'm gonna go status seeker. I'm taking a shot in the dark on that one. That could make or break this. I mean, we're gonna get you anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Hey, I was right on standard bearer. Nice. Okay. Here we go. How many guys are we gonna see pop up? That's the question. We did have a full week of recruits coming in for this week. We had a whole 4 recruits coming in for a visit. So we got big boosts. Brian Matlock has come in. That's a big get at Sam linebacker. Kyle Simmons has a chance to start at strong safety this year. Glenn Addison might just be our new starting middle linebacker. We have a brand new kicker, and man, does he have a fucking leg. We got him, boys. The visit paid off. Kerry Reese. Dude, we have 3 really top flight corners now. This is great. I have always felt, especially nowadays, you need 3 top flight corners, and we've got 3 now. What you gotta say, Dusk? What you gotta say? I don't know where he fits in right now, but Ben Stoddard has committed to the Bandits. We beat out Ohio State on him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the return you've been waiting for. RB2, Marvin Coates, has returned to Texarkana. I'm not gonna lie, I had forgotten about him being on the board at one point. Oh, we got Martin Crumpler. I did not think we were actually going to win him. I did not think we were actually going to get him. It is a three-man battle for the starting quarterback job now. Earl Boozer. Welcome to Texarkana. I don't even remember where he was committing from. I don't even remember what school he was coming from. We also got Chad Sister. Or Stitter. Stitster. Words. However you pronounce his last name. I keep fucking it up. Orlando Kiernan. Also brought him in. He's more a tight end, in my opinion, than wide receiver, but we did lose out, sadly, on Kenyon. That's the one that makes me the most sad. We lost out on Kenyon. And all our quarterbacks want to leave now. I mean, one of you is leaving, because we have to cut one of you. But I do find that funny. All the quarterbacks want to go. Okay, we lose Jamal Provo. That sucks, because I really thought we were going to get Jamal Provo. Did we lose both of them? Oh, I think we lost both of them. And he had impact development. So, just a very solid tackle. And we did lose both the tackles. That sucks. That fucking sucks. Impact development as well. Shit. Well, hopefully our tackles take a step forward. We really need it now. Ben Kenyon, we sadly lose out on. He also had impact development. So let me get rid of them. And we will take a look at our full class of commitments for what may be the last year. So, one more. Kevin Smith, head to Ohio State. He had star development. Ooh, what is Reese's gonna be? So, we went through all of the main guys already. So we will start out with the latest recruits. Rashad Singleton. Star development interior lineman. You'll love to see it. Alongside star development interior lineman Richard Coate as well. We also pulled in star development KC Isaacs at tight end. 6'5", 202. Kerry Reese only has normal development. That's a bit upsetting, but his coverage skills are already very good, and he's also going to be a senior this year, so can't really complain. Normal development for Jeremiah Rambo. Who cares? He's more accurate and a stronger leg than James Diaz. That's why he's here. Orlando Kiernan. The wide receiver tight end hybrid. I don't know what I'm going to do with him yet. We'll see. He's got what? Normal development? Yep. Impact for Martin Crumpler, the transfer tight end. Earl Boozer, star development. If that deep accuracy goes up to about like an 84, he might be starting. I mean, the PATs aren't the problem. It's the field goals that are the problem. Because his accuracy on stuff from like inside 50 was way more difficult than it needed to be for him. For a guy who had like 86 accuracy, he was not accurate. Because the higher your accuracy, the slower the bar goes. So if you are extremely accurate, you can hit 50 plus easy. So the fact that when I was at like 50, his bar was like this, I was like, bro, you have like 86 accuracy. How are you that shit? That was my problem with him. The extra points are, yeah, that I really don't give a shit about. Impact development for Glenn. Star development for Kyle Simmons. He might take a big step forward this offseason. That would be huge. Star development for Brian Matlock. Dude, the linebacking core got 10 times better. And elite development for the younger linebacker, Chad Stitzer. There we go. We know Marvin Coates, star development. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Normal, impact, star, elite. And Ben's got impact. And I mean, his commitment's all the way off the board. Holy shit, look at that. That's crazy. Okay. I call that a good recruiting class outside of the offensive tackle situation. That I'm a little disappointed in. We may have to move some guys around. But everything else I'm pretty happy with. So we have a lot of quarterbacks. I forgot about Roy. Not gonna lie, I forgot about Roy. What are you mad about? Playing time. Oh my god, you already think you're losing your job. And I mean, you might be. 88 overall. Dear Lord, they are all mad about playing time except for Roy, who's just happy to have a good coach. Running back. I forgot about Jamerson Hakeem. But I do want to redshirt both of you, so that's actually great. So we'll have 4 backs on roster. That is a great trio, though, right there. That is a great trio. I just realized we now have a full-on backfield with a perfect set. Because Jamerson Hakeem's the perfect backup to Dante Dorsey. Coates is our big body guy, as well as Alex Beasley can kind of take that role if need be. So I like what we've got now there. Wide receiver. I don't know who's not making the cut. That's the problem. There's going to be a couple that don't make it. Schumer, you're not as good as I thought you were going to be. I'm not going to lie. You are one of our faster receivers, though. Yeah, you are not going to make the cut. 80 speed ain't going to make it. Not with the group we need now. Yeah, we'll probably carry 7. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we'll probably just cut 1. Who doesn't want to be here anymore? All 3. You want to know who doesn't want to be here anymore? Manny, Samia, and Damway. All 3 of them are the ones most likely to transfer. Which, right now, Samia is definitely getting cut because he's the old man in the group. Of the 3 that want out. Dear Lord, we have 3 senior tight ends now? Oof. I will say this much. Manny might have, depending on how he takes a step forward if we didn't get the quarterback. I didn't plan on initially grabbing a quarterback. I thought of it earlier today of getting a quarterback in the portal. I wasn't even going to look at quarterback, and then I thought about it and was like, if there's a top tier quarterback, I might have to try and grab him, given this might be the last year. So they were going to have a chance to get the job. Yeah, one of you's going to have to move inside. One of you's going to have to move to center. So the bigger boys. Does your overall change at all at center? It does change a bit. Yeah, I'll move Singleton to center. Because it's not the biggest move for him, and he's a definite redshirt anyways. So I might actually move Lanning as well. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, these guys can play all over the interior. Yeah, I'm going to move you as well. So what's our left guard situation? We only have 2 there. We've got 4 here. I'm going to move Connors to left. Just to balance out the sides. And he'll get arguably a chance to fight for the job on this side. Coat probably gets a red shirt. Basley, you are going to have to take a step up. That's all I'm going to say. How many guys we got left tackle? 3. Okay, so that's fine. They can stay at right tackle then. Edge. You see all the depth we have at edge rusher? This is why I wasn't too massively worried. Yeah, I think Shakir's going to stay on the left side because we've got the same amount on the right side. He is our number 2 right now. He's not going to be after the grinding is complete probably, but he is our number 2 on that side. So maybe he will see rotation. Defensive tackle, we are fucking stacked. Sam. Yep. I mean, one of you is going to play the Will spot. I'll just say that much. Actually, no, never mind. Because Levis plays Will, and then yeah, the other plays Sam. Okay, I didn't need to get those spots, but man, I feel a lot better now. Oh yeah, I feel much better about our team now. I feel so much better about our team now than I did. 2, 4, 6, 8. Ugh, I really would not hate taking 8 corners in. At worst, we're taking 7. That's a guarantee. It's probably heavily going to depend on Ruben Kroom and his development if he makes it. Free safety. We know our free safety room. Strong safety. You two are fighting for the starting spot right now. Like 93 accuracy. And I felt like his accuracy was god awful. Like, let's take a look at Rambo real quick. He can get more accurate. Yeah, he's a much better kicker than Diaz. Diaz also is maxed out on power. I just want to point that out. Alright. Kiernan, we're going to put you... Let's put you at quarterback. Your best spot's tight end. We're going to put you at tight end. You're Evan Ingram. Built like a wide receiver playing tight end. Yep, so we'll have 2 tight ends being red shirt. There's going to be some tough calls, I think, on cuts this year. I do not think we're going to make any cuts at linebacker. Maybe one. We might cut one guy at linebacker. Actually, maybe 2, because I could cut somebody on the Sam side as well. Alright. That's all the moves I think I'm going to make. I don't think there's any other moves I need to make here. I want to know, how much can you get better? You can get more accurate. Good. You can get more powerful with your arm. You can get quicker. Okay. Okay, you can upgrade at the important parts. Your injury is not great. That worries me. You're not wearing 7. That number's taken. You don't get to wear that number. Just keep that in mind, Earl. Marvin, you got your number back? He's got his 25 back. He's all good. Let me look at Crumpler. Oh, you can get a lot better at route running. That's nice. Okay. He can get better at coverage. And everything else, that's good to know. Is Matlock maxed out? Because I got a bad feeling he might be maxed out. No, not even close. You're kidding me. You can get better? Dude, this guy hasn't even sniffed his potential. Bruh. What about carry? Okay, he's maxed out on zone. Not going to get any better at zone. Can get better at man. And can become a better tackler. And get faster. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm cool with that. Alright. I just thought about it this entire time. The UFL game is on, and oh my god, it's 10 to 13 and a half. You guys are going to hear something for a millisecond. Alright. Alright, I feel pretty good about our team right now. I feel pretty good. I wish I felt even better, but I feel pretty good right now. Let's go to next week. We have to find out where everybody went after I make some cuts. Dear Lord, look at that. Every quarterback wants out and a linebacker, which there is going to be at least a little bit of cuts on the linebacking side. Elite recruiter unlocked. You best believe your ass he upgraded. I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for DV to get that upgrade. Fuck yeah. Oh my god, the tandem. The tandem upgraded together. Dude, we were all like, oh, JCP and Falcon, that's the top tandem. Now, little did we know, it was DV and DD. Dwayne Devy and Devontae Vaughns. Actually, we have to look at training results before I check anything else. I want to check how healthy they're going to be going into the year, because I do worry about that. Training results. Brad Levis is still your top guy. Doesn't go up by much, but you don't expect that when he's already at the top of his game. Let's go by position, though. At quarterback, Manny put that work in. I can say that. Manny put the work in. That is very true. Falcon and JCP walked. So DV and Dwayne Devy could run. Give respect to Manny Williams, everybody. He put the work in. He put the fucking work in. We respect that. +4 to the deep balls. Got the same deep ball as Earl Boozer now. He's actually got a better deep ball and better medium ball than Griffin. And the short's actually not too far off. His arm's not far off either. It might be a fight for the backup role now. Oh, man. Wasn't expecting that. He's better throw under pressure, too. Almost just as good under run. Yeah, I may be saying goodbye to Frank. Play action, they're very similar as well. Running backs. They all kind of worked out the same, except for Alex Beasley, who said, fuck all y'all, I'm doing it myself. That man put the work in. I imagine these three just worked out together because they know each other. This is the trio. They all essentially came in together. These guys all know each other so well. They worked out together. Alex Beasley did it on his own. We respect that. He worked on that speed, did Marvin Coates. He's just as fast now as Dante. Respect, my man. What's that, 97 injury. That's very impressive. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. He's got plenty of health in him, and so does Dante. That's good. That's really what I wanted to see. And, I mean, Jamerson's done absolutely nothing, so. Fullback. Juan put the work in, +5. Respect. Okay. Okay. DV. He's going to be healthy. That's why I wanted to check. He put some good work in, +3. He's already number 1 on the team. Worked on his short routes. Or worked on his strength, actually, which is great because he wasn't our best guy outside the block. I like they worked on that. His route running is top tier. His release, one of the best in the nation. Somehow, he's a better receiver than he already was. He upped his carrying. Yeah. I'm very happy with that. He worked on that run block. I'm very proud of him. Dwayne Devy put some work in. Not as much as I would have liked, but he spent his time working on other things. It looks like. Worked on his jumping. He's trying to get those jump balls. Did not work on his catching at all, which worries me a tad bit. Zentner worked on his hands. I really wish he had worked on his route running a bit more, but that's fine. Really, he hit the gym. Worked on his strength big time. Same thing with Devy. Yeah, Harvey, I like you, man, but you didn't work on your speed at all. That's gonna get you cut. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You ain't gonna be here next year. Joe knows his role. Worked on his speed and acceleration. Joe knows what he's here to do, and that's to be a kick returner. Now, Darren was like, I'm going to do what I can to make sure if they need me, I'm here. And my God, he worked on his hands. Holy shit. Nice job on that part. Respect to Darren Power. Respect. Well, I've got to say I'm disappointed in the tight end group. I'm disappointed here. I wanted more. I wanted more out of them. That's all I can say. Good job, Steve. You did a solid job over here, but like I just wanted more. I'm not going to guarantee a starting job. Mac's probably the lead horse for it, but I'm not going to guarantee a job for anybody just yet. We got to see how these guys play. That's how you put work in, boys. That is how you put fucking work in. Randall Cushenberry just showed up the entire offensive line room, along with James Wagner. Those boys worked out together. You can't tell me they didn't. They put all of the work in. I love this. Now, right now, I think you would play on the right side because that pass blocking is a little bit less than I would like. But if I had to play you on the left side, I ain't fucking complaining right now. Mitch just worked on his pass blocking. He's like, I'm a left tackle. That's what I do. Respect, Mitch. Respect. But when you got a guy who literally went in along with Wagner, who worked on fucking everything along with him, I mean, good on him. Good fucking on him. Okay. The boys at left guard put a good chunk of work in. Nothing crazy. Harbor probably going to get the start there. But, you know, anything's possible on the offensive line. Anybody can kind of play anywhere if they play well. So, we'll see. Center. Legend Battles puts in the top work with Slayton. They worked together. I guarantee you they did. Demarius Lanning probably worked out on his own at a new position. But the legend continues as the starter. It will not stop. Not any crazy work in, but hey, he did well. He did well. +6 to pass block power, though. Really working on his pass block this year. Like seeing that. Right guard, Randy Tatum said, guess what? Tyreek Hepburn, I'm taking over, and it's going to be like you never left. +6. He already had 99 strength. Now he boosts that pass block by 6. The pass block power by 5. The footwork by 7. The run block by 8. The run block power by 8. The finesse or the footwork by 5. I will say the offensive line did exactly what I wanted. They put the work in. They did exactly what I wanted. They put the fucking work in. It's not exactly what I was hoping from you, Pat, but I appreciate it. I wanted more, but I appreciate it. Every single starter will be in the mid-80s. And that's good enough. He's definitely going to get a fight for the starting left tackle job. Yeah, he balanced himself out really well. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm very pleasantly surprised at the offensive line. Defensive line. I can say I'm disappointed in Sidney Bowie. Yeah, I'm just disappointed in all of you. Ladarius knew he was the top dog and kind of acted like it. Yeah. Yeah, not much here on the left side of the edge rushers. On the right side, not much either. Ooh. Well, maybe Ben is going to get playtime. Because I don't know if any of these guys worked hard enough to fight him off. I do like that block shed on J.R. Johnson, though. Yeah, I don't know if anybody put in the work enough to fight him off. Little disappointing there. Little disappointing. Defensive tackle. I was worried he was going to plateau. I was worried Siaki was going to plateau given he only plays in the base downs. So I was very worried he was going to plateau a bit. But who wasn't surprised that Dom Goodley said, I'm taking over? This man wanted to become top dog. Now, Dom Shelley was right there with him. He put in the most work of anybody in the room. And I can't say I'm shocked at that. But these guys... I like the strength increase on Taufa. But I'm a little disappointed that he kind of plateaued a bit. This defensive tackle room is stacked. This is where we dominate on the defensive front. I would like more block shed out of these three, but it really didn't work on that. Ho, 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 ho! Well, I guess the job isn't Madlock's just yet. Well, this linebacking core decided, hey, wait a minute. Who said these transfers were taking our jobs? Matt Slaughter does not want to lose out on the starting Sam linebacker job, that's for sure. He put that work in the offseason alongside Brian Matlock. They're going to fight it out for that starting Sam spot. I mean, right now I think it's Matlock's to lose, but anything's possible. He's not as good of a coverage guy as Slaughter is. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. If you asked me who I thought was going to take the biggest jump, I would have 100% said Dave Goodley. And he did. +7. +6 for Martin McCarthy, who I did not expect to take a massive jump. So I can honestly say, these two, I'm disappointed in you boys. And Heron's kind of upset he's low on the depth chart now. You might have just worked your way into getting cut. You're a good player, man. I mean, I believe he's got, what, okay, only impact, so I'm not too mad if we cut him. But the top three guys here, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they put the work in. And even Bird put the work in. +2 speed. Put on a lot for play rec and awareness. Love the coverage abilities going up for Goodley. I'll say this. It's Addison's job to lose, but these two decided not to give it away just yet. We know who the will linebacker is. Brad Levis has that locked up. I think Shaquem Guy kind of knows that and just decided not to do anything. At least Jazeer put some work in. Well, the odd man out has been decided. It's very obvious who the odd man out here is. Kroom did not put in enough work, I think, to stick. I'm happy with a lot of this work. Gentry, I'm disappointed in. The only reason he probably stays on the team is because he is a better coverage guy than Kroom is already. That's the only reason he stays on the team, probably. But the top three, I'm happy with what they did. Wayne, you could have done a little more, buddy. Especially when Manny Shaver's over here outshining you. I'm just saying. Kerry Reese, though. I complained how I didn't like his speed. What does he do? He gets faster. He didn't up his coverage at all, and I'm a little sad at that, but he did up his tackling ability, which I also had a bit of a problem with that. I'm happy with everything that went down with our cornerbacks, specifically our top guys. And then Tyler Akbar. For Gentry, it was a trap. That man put the work in. I don't know if he's taking the job at that 4 spot, but put the work in to try and take it. Hell, he might get it just for the awareness. Okay, the safety group. Selvia and Beaver. Good on you two. I'm very happy with the work from the free safeties. Selvia worked on just about everything outside of speed. Beaver's now a 95 speed guy. That's crazy. I will say, let's celebrate some of the work the only way we know how. Yep. Okay, I think Kyle Simmons just did what he needed to do. I will say, very much like the work ethic of Willie. Willie put that work in. Also, Louisville just took the lead over DC. That's crazy. Yeah, I very much like what I'm seeing here in Kyle Simmons right now. I don't know if he's going to be Kamani Dunham. Probably not with that tackling. But I like what we have in possibly a pick machine. Oh, hey guys, look, he tried to get better. Isn't that great? He didn't get better at anything, and now Rambo has almost the exact same accuracy. Overall, I'm very happy with the team. I'm very happy with the work ethic out of the team. Outside of like the death pass rushers, I thought a lot of people put good work in. Let's make these cuts. We have to cut 9 guys. That's a lot of guys to cut. We will start with the most obvious cut, and that is James Diaz. Get the fuck out of here. At quarterback, Timothy Samia is getting cut. Along with Frank Griffin. He went from the guy that took us to the national championship to the guy that just doesn't fit anymore. I don't know where Frank's going to go. I don't know where he's going to be, but we're going to put him on the list. I thought Manny was just a better version of him and has more ways to grow. So it just makes sense to keep him around. Running back. We aren't going to cut a running back. We have our running backs. Wide receiver. I have to make at least one wide receiver cut. And I feel like that was made for me when Harvey just didn't do anything. 2, 4, 6, 7, yep. Tight end. I'm going to cut TJ Abiamiri. I doubt he's going to start anywhere. We will put his name down. TJ. We'll see if he plays anywhere. No cuts there. Yeah, no cuts there. No cuts on the line. However, I was disappointed heavily by Sidney Bowie. So, sorry, Sid. But we gonna cut you. Also, I do think we are going to cut Siaki Takitaki. Just because in the long run, we have too many tackles. And he does not make the cut, I think, for the top. We'll come back to J.R. Johnson. We may cut J.R. Johnson in the long run. Teron Heron wants out. Or Terrell Heron wants out. He's going to get his wish. We have 4 middle linebackers. 3 of which are very young. He will be getting cut. There's Kroom. Kroom just did not put the work in. I had to make at least one cut. Yep. I want to keep our safety depth. Even though I might cut Devin Banks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to cut Devin Banks. And that means, like, I was going to come back here to Sam linebacker and possibly cut Tevin Barron. However, I think we're going to keep the depth here at Sam linebacker. And that right there are your cuts. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. Didn't feel like it was that hard of a thing to do. So are you ready? It's time for everybody's favorite part, where you guys get to set the schedule. And we also have to look and see where everybody went. So let me put down I'm not going to put down Banks because he was 71. So I doubt he's playing anywhere. Trying to think who else we cut that might be playing. Harvey might at an 80. Oh, also, and to put Timothy Samia up there too. So first things first, let's look and see where everybody went. That's where you're wrong. SEC teams always get one warm-up game because they favor the SEC. So we will get one game that is easy, which technically we have that. It's ULM. So we technically do have that. They say we're a 90. I don't believe that. We're shit. Let's start quarterbacks. Let's go national. I want to go backwards first. Oh, that's Manny. So we are looking for two guys. Samia. I'm going to look for him first. Well, I went backwards. Is he not playing? I might have to find these guys after the fact. But Samia doesn't look like he's on a team. I don't buy that with shit. Okay, let's look for Griffin then. He has to be on a team. And 100% has to be on a team. Oh, I saw Griffin. I just don't know if it was him. Okay, I don't believe that. He's got to be on a team. There's no way Frank Griffin isn't on a team. We're about to go through every school to find out. Now, I will say, he's got to be a starter for me to care. If he's not starting, I'm not going to really care too much. I saw Griffin, but it wasn't Frank. I may have to go look for him after the fact. Here, I'm just going to look at other positions then. And see if we find the other guys. Because if we find the other guys, then I know he just hasn't picked his school yet. And I want to go John Crum first. So we're going to go Will linebacker. Whoops. Let's find John Crum because that's one I actually definitely need to know where he's playing. How am I not finding these guys? You're telling me he went nowhere? That's horseshit. Because he wasn't a Sam. Unless they moved him, which I don't think I've ever seen a player get moved. If he's a transfer. Yeah. Alright, so I'll find these guys later, I guess. Because none of them want to show up. Oh, that's Addison. I was like, did I see us in there? The fuck were they showing for us? It was just Addison. We're going to have a lot of transfers to go over. I found Duran. He saw no increase in the offseason. He went to Purdue. Okay, let's go to running back. Find George O. I saw it. I saw the name. I know I did. Well, maybe I didn't. I'll have to find them later. God, man. This is a terrible way to find players. I don't know if we're going to find any of the other ones. Given John Crum's not anywhere, and he was an 80 plus. And George O was an 88. So I may have to, sim a week. Let's just do the schedules. Let's set the board. We'll do all that. Alright, so our schedule, dear Lord, we have LSU as our first game of conference play. That's crazy. So we have a bye week right before conference play, which I love that. We've got LSU to open. We then have a game. I am going to get rid of FCS, don't worry. We have a non-conference game to open the year. Bye week. LSU to open conference play at Death Valley, which is okay. Then we get another non-conference game. We host Ole Miss for our first SEC game in the Hideout this season. Then we have to head to Texas A&M. This is not a fun start. Oklahoma comes into the Hideout. We then host Arkansas, who we haven't seen in a number of years. We head to Mississippi State, get our yearly matchup against UL Monroe for some godforsaken reason. Another non-conference game late. Tennessee. And we end the year against Texas. I would have it no other way. Alright. So, let's worry about the I don't know. I don't know why they're the rival. I don't know. I cannot comprehend. But let's start with the in-conference schedule portion here before we do that first game of the season. So, between LSU and Ole Miss, who is available? Not a lot of big programs available. Yeah. And given by that point, some of them might not be ranked. But so there's a handful of ACC opponents, if you want a ranked opponent here. There's Michigan, there's Notre Dame. Miami? You really want Miami again? God, you guys are boring. I'm like, we haven't played, like, Nebraska. Have we taken on Notre Dame? I don't even know if we've taken on Notre Dame. You keep giving me the same schools. You guys don't change it up much. Like, I'm down to take on Miami. They're one of the weaker of the bunch. Nebraska's the tough one. Michigan we've faced twice now, so. Have we faced Duke? I don't know if we faced Duke yet. And they're overhyped to high hell in this game. I haven't faced Syracuse, and they're ranked 10th. They seem like they shouldn't be, but they are. They won the ACC last year. Who's available for the late one? This is the one that, like, the choice is, yeah. I mean, what do you want? Oh, we did face Duke in the yeah, I think we lost to Duke in the playoffs. I think we lost to Duke that year. Either we lost to Duke or we beat Duke and then lost to Auburn. It was one of the two. I think we lost to Duke that year. You don't have many options here. This is the late game. Which, I will say this, I guarantee you USC would not play anyone this late in the year. Notre Dame? Okay, I'm cool with Notre Dame here. Yeah, we get a break and then we get Notre Dame. So, who's available in that first game? Clemson, Duke. Miami, Michigan State, Nebraska, Ohio State, Syracuse, TCU, Texas Tech, Tulane, I will say NC State's a better team than we are. They've been more consistent. Ooh, they've got that as a Legion. I don't know why it's at a Legion. That seems weird that that would be a neutral site. There we go. I thought of the word finally. Okay, that's a neutral site game. Okay, so that's been Independence and ACC. So in Nebraska, okay, I'm cool with that. Big Ten, ACC, and Independent. I'm cool with that. Let's see. So we get this one at a neutral site. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that technically is 6 being the neutral site. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. That's it. So we host both Nebraska and Notre Dame, which I think makes sense. I love that. We start the year with 2 straight road games, but get bye weeks in between them. Then it's 2 at home, 1 on the road. 2 at home, 2 on the road. 2 at home, 1 on the road. I like that. I like that. All right. That's the schedule. I will say we should beat NC State. Will we? I don't know. Because NC State has the best running back in the nation. And we have both struggled and done great against good running backs. Alright, before we do anything else, I've got to know one specific player. What's that cap look like? Not bad. It's a little disappointing that your hands can't be flawless, but that route running can be perfect, the agility can be perfect, the power can be nearly flawless, and the awareness can be nearly flawless. His caps are great. Will he ever reach them? Probably not. What about your caps, Val? Okay, you've got weird caps. You're never going to be the greatest route runner. You're never going to have the best hands. But you're going to be solid at both. You could get a lot quicker, too. What's Casey Isaac's caps? Not great. Not great. That's very disappointing. But the fact that this guy has really good development, that really sucks. Good caps on Kiernan. Yep. So let's look at the caps on your guy, Ben. You thought we weren't going to get him. We got him. And those caps are pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Yep. Ben will probably start the year as the backup. Legitimately. That 85 power moves just kind of gives him the upper hand over anybody behind him. Oh, also, we have to vote captains. I almost forgot about that. We have to pick captains. So, as always, 2 offense, 2 defense, 1 special teams. I'm assuming Brad Levis for 1 defensive captain. Why Coates? He just got back. He doesn't deserve the captain. He left. He left and came crawling back. I don't think Coates deserves the captain's patch. I want to see if anybody currently has the captain's patch. Okay, Devontae Vaughns does have the captain's patch, so that's 1 offensive captain. Unless you want to change it. He's our comeback player of the year, literally. So we have 1 offensive captain set in stone. And defensively, Brad Levis, I believe, has the defensive captain's patch. Yep. Yep. So 1 defense, 1 offense, 1 special teams. I mean, we've got an idea who the quarterback is. It's Earl Boozer. Right now, Manny's just the backup. Earl Boozer is our quarterback currently. That's not really a question. They are going to fight it out, but I mean, it's going to be a massive long shot for Manny to win this. I mean, I'm shocked you went Coates and not Dorsey. Like, Dorsey's been here the whole time. Also, you've got Legend Battles. I mean, I would say Cushenberry, but it's his first year probably starting. Maybe Randy Tatum? I'm just saying, who votes a captain? A dude who left and came back. Like, that to me is insulting. Like, in the NFL, it's a little different than in college. In college, the dude literally said, I don't want to be here. You're not playing me enough. Oh my god. Ta'amu got picked. Because you got to keep in mind, college, it's more about off the field than on the field, but it stays with the guys who have been around. All right, Dante Dorsey. I mean, he is going to get most of the reps. I mean, I would have been down if you wanted to give it to Dwayne Devy. Like, I'm shocked you didn't say Devy. This is the tandem at wideout. So defensively, who are we going with? Who's the defensive captain alongside Brad Levis? Take it off that back and go Devy. Alright. Sorry, Dante. I reminded them Dante was here. Or I reminded them Devy was here. And then they went, oh yeah, give it to Devy. So sorry, man. This is the first year we have had 285 or higher wide receivers on the team. So who's the defensive captain alongside our boy Brad? I don't think you have as many options here. So this one should be a little bit easier. I'm cool with Addison, if you want to go Addison. I will say I was leaning Dom Goodley, but I'm cool with Addison. Because your middle linebacker normally is your defensive captain, because they're the quarterback of the defense. They normally always get voted the captain. There you go, James Robinson touchdown, damn it. Addison hasn't been here longer. He just got here. I mean, he's played more college football. He just hasn't been here, which I'm cool with transfers getting the captain's badge. I mean, I gave it to, oh, what was the middle linebacker we had like 3 years ago? Oh, I forgot his name and I hate it. But I gave it to him his second year here. So. So we go on Glenn Addison and Brad Levis. And then I'm giving it to the kicker because, I mean, with a name like Rambo, I feel like you have to be the captain. Are you guys going to say no to Jeremiah Rambo as the special teams captain? Also, I just want to know what numbers are available for Earl Boozer. What number do we like for him? Five or one. I was looking at 5. I'm not going to lie. I was eyeballing 5. So we will go with 5. All right. All right, you're not wearing 16. I don't need a shit ton of players wearing 16. I got a kicker wearing it. Roy, you can't be wearing it. Sorry, buddy. Too many guys wearing 16. I'll give you 10. You can have 10 now that Earl's wearing 5. Wait, is Coach... No! Who took his 25? No. You don't get it. You're new here. You haven't been here. You don't understand. You don't get 25. Not when the man who wore it last was here. You can have 23. That's a solid running back number. Marvin, I'm sorry for a second you had to wear 26. I apologize, man. You come back and these freshmen are trying to take your number. It's crazy. There we go. He's got his 25 back. It's like he never left. Even though he did. And he thought he could be better at Baylor. And the grass is not always greener. Sometimes you gotta come crawling home. Alright. Let's go ahead and look at the first little bits of recruits. Even though this may not even matter. Let's just see. Any state? Wow, the top recruits don't want me. They don't like the pro potential. Emmanuel Rabe wants to be close to him. That's understandable. Dylan Cole. Kenyon Perfect. Who better than Kenyon? I'm sorry, you got the last name Perfect and you play linebacker? We have to take a look. I mean, that's just the rules. Kenyon and Vontez's kid. I don't like the idea that they got together and had a kid. That would be terrifying. Edge rusher. Where are the guards, man? Like, legitimately, where are the guards? Alright, let's just look at offensive guards. Boom. 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 You know what? This guy's got us first. Outside linebackers. Let's see. We'll go after this guy because he's got a second on the board. Alex Bullocks over Gregory Manningham. Corner. Lamar Dwyer. Good name. I like it. Let's go with Way. Let's go with Matt Way. Let's do some recruiting. We'll do some quick scouting. He's a bust, but we now know that doesn't mean much. Oh, good route running. Yep. Cal Palumbo. We're down with you. Take that scholarship, sir. Brett Everett. Take that scholarship, sir. Corey Roseboom. You would actually work pretty good probably moving inside. We need interior linemen. You're good at finesse already, and because of that, you get the offer. Eric Gregg. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as impressed by you as I thought I was gonna be. Yeah. Yeah, you legitimately will throw out the wayside here. .92 speed, good hands, good enough route running. Yep. I'm waiting for the first insta-commit here. 3-0. Kurt McCormick. You're essentially you're the Falcon. You're the Falcon of the group. So, you know, we do need a replacement for that. Once again, another guy that I think fits more inside than out. Yeah, I don't like you as much as the last guy, so no. Bro, we're finding a lot of busts. You're an edge rusher? So you're just an edge setter. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll come back and look. Yeah, right now, I'm not stoked about a lot of these players. Tavares Dog. I mean, I think there's a definite good player in there. He's not day one ready. I think he's a good player. Found a gym pass rusher. Xavier Marler. We get the insta commit, and the man already has killer finesse moves. He needs to work on that block shed, though. I mean, you're not going to insta commit because we weren't number one on your board. Joey, can you be a gym too? Great impact blocking. I'll wait there. Sledge. I mean, with a name like Sledge, you should be a good offensive lineman no matter what. Let's see. Anybody else who's gonna really just stick out? Here, let me check Bullocks because I felt like he was gonna be really solid. I was wrong. I was not right. Let's look at Dwyer. I'm a little disappointed in some of these linebackers. McGarrigle. Not terrible. I think it's a good base to build off of. Once again, a good base to build off of. Well, a lot of these guys are. Alright, let's get a scout. Another bust. Okay, I'm going to scout one more quarterback. And then I think we are going to call it. You know we've got to look at him. He's number one on our board. He's got us number one on his board. He's from Arkansas. 4-star quarterback from Arkansas. Remember the last one. I was hoping he was going to be a gem. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed he wasn't a gem. I mean, he's not bad. But I'm kind of disappointed. It depends on what you consider good. You got to remember these are freshmen. You're more than likely not getting a dominant guy coming in, especially a 4-star. Because right there, that's a fine 4-star player. If this was 4 seasons ago, he's starting for us with that skill set. Now, he's like 4th on the depth chart. Ooh. That's an interesting skill set you have. I'm gonna offer. Okay. I think that's all I'm gonna do recruiting wise there. I'll finish up that little bit of recruiting. But I'm going to look for all of our other players. AKA, I'm going to go through literally every roster and see where they are, because they've got to be somewhere when I hit next week. But I will find kind of the big names like John Crum, Georgia O, Frank Griffin. Those guys I'll find, and you'll probably see them in the first episode along with all the transfers we got that I've got to talk about. But with that, that brings us to the end of this one. And you'll probably see the start of week 9 of season 9 Wednesday, more than likely. And depending on how quick we get through the season, maybe there's a season 10. I don't expect a season 10, but maybe. I wouldn't expect one, though. That's all I'll say. With that, though, Dusk, appreciate you being here. Jaren, appreciate you popping in early. If you're watching after the fact, just chilling in the chat, appreciate you too. But with that, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you guys next time.